All right. And we're live once again. Um, I just want to say thank you for coming in and joining me this morning or afternoon. Sorry, working graveyard, so it's morning for me. I just got up a little while ago. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do this format. I don't have it all worked out. It's kind of been going on the fly, but the intention is still the same. I want to be able to present to you guys some of the channels that I've been coming across that I've found interesting for different reasons. And, there are a lot of these, I think the majority of the channels will probably be, somebody just banged the hell out of my garage door. Anyways, a lot of these will probably be channels that are more than likely less than 1,000 subscribers, probably even less than 300. And but I think that they offer a very interesting perspective to what they're doing in the hobby. And even though some of them are doing subjects that have been done and are redundant, I still really enjoy what they're doing. Now, the other thing is, I'm also a true believer in growing community, and I think this is a way that I can help to accomplish that. But before I get going a little bit too further in, I want to take a little bit of time to acknowledge you guys that are here and joining me this afternoon to see what I'm going to present to you guys. So first of all, I want to thank Tommy, resident alien, for being here. Jody P, thank you so much. Linda, thank you so much for being here. Renee, Jim's Fish, Joe from Price Tag. Gabriel from GNC Aquatics. Let's who else do we have here? Night Owl Aquatics. Thank you for joining us. All Things Natural in Hawaii with which is Steve. Yeah, he's another one that I want you guys. If you guys haven't checked out Steve, you guys really need to go see what he's doing. He's out there in Hawaii. Um, see, I got Renee, Bud Files, the Bud Files. Thank you for being here. Mark Sturlson, thank you so much for joining us. I believe it's early in the morning for you, isn't it, Mark? Let's see. Mal, Crea Delirium, thank you for being here. Let's see. Who else do we got? I think that's MNC Aquatics. All right. I know you guys will be trickling in, but I'm still trying to figure out this format. Like I said, I don't know how long we're going to go. It seemed like the other day I've been asking around and I've got different opinions on, hey, Sarah, good morning, on the length. Because at the end of the day, I just want to be able to present these channels to you guys and have you guys go check them out and kind of discover them for yourself. The first one was brought to my attention by, actually the first two by Aquafunk. I'm very happy to see that I'm not the only one now that's kind of going out there and checking out some of these channels. I know Curtis from Skull Aquatics had also sent me a recommendation, who I happened to talk about him in the last episode, which was Dave's fish room. But this time around, the first one that I want to talk about is called New Age Aquatics. Let's go. Let me share the screen with you guys and go take a look at who it is that I'm talking about. This is New Age Aquatics. And this right here is his channel. He just started his channel about 9 days ago, I think. So he's really, really, really new. What I like about this channel, and you can see that he's only got that he only has 2 videos as of right now. But what's interesting, he's really, really looking for the new beginners in the hobby. And what I mean by that, he's going step by step on how to set up an aquarium. And I know that's been done over and over, but what's so interesting about all of this is that we're all individuals and we have very different takes and perspectives on things that we do. And I've kind of really enjoyed what he's been doing. What you see there is a 75 gallon that he personally has had for a while, but at the same process, I guess he's using that as a way to show you what you can accomplish if you master the basics. So, but he's actually going back and setting up a 10-gallon aquarium, and he's going from zero, and he's kind of going through the whole process. So, you know, if you're looking for something interesting, a different take on something that a lot of us from our party have already mastered, that are here, I still like to go back because there's always something new that I can learn, whether it's trying to explain something in a new way where it's a lot easier to understand and not as complicated. But either way, I don't know his name. He hasn't mentioned his name, and I haven't really dug in too much because he's, like I said, he's relatively new. So as of right now, I just know him as New Age Aquatics. If you guys want to go check him out, I highly recommend you do that. So he's the first one on the list, and I had seen he had his first video had popped up on my feed, but I hadn't had an opportunity to watch it. But I guess Funk had seen it, and he immediately called me up. He goes, "Dude, I just found this," and he was really excited about it. So anytime I see Funk get excited about a particular channel, that's always going to intrigue me too. So that's what happened with this channel here. The other one is also a channel that Funk called me on and said, "Have you seen Josh Exotics?" And what's kind of cool about this channel is if you're into cichlids, you're really going to enjoy his channel, because he really focuses on cichlids. But what's a little bit different is he is purposely hybridizing fish, and I know that can be a contentious topic in the hobby sometimes, but I'll tell you what, some of the colors that he's been able to pull off of these fish, and not, again, this is somebody coming into this world of the hobby, which I am not very familiar with, and I know Funk was trying to educate me on this. So you know, it was interesting because to me, it's not that I dislike big cichlids. It's not that. The problem is, if you properly want to keep them, you need large aquariums, and a lot of the times they're kind of almost specimen only because they tend to be a little bit aggressive a lot of the times. And so that's the only reason that they don't necessarily appeal for me to keep, but that doesn't mean that I can't appreciate how beautiful these fish are. And I think that's one of the things that that really draws me to them, is that some of these colors, let's, like, you know, African cichlids are probably universally known as being very colorful fish. So, you know, that's one of the things that I really kind of was intrigued by when Funk said, "Dude," and Funk, if there's a species of fish that he really enjoys are cichlids. He's always trying to convince me to go all in and get a big cichlid for my fish room. And I guess the other reason I don't necessarily gravitate to them, because I see this happen way too often, is that they're very personable. And you get something this big, of this size, it no longer just becomes a fish in your aquarium. It becomes, and this is a discussion him and I were having about, when do you consider something a pet? And I know June from Only Oscars can attest to this, that she keeps pets. They're not necessarily fish, because all her Oscars have personalities, and they become like these, like people that keep cats and dogs. You know, they just, it must be something about the size. It must, I don't know, but I don't want to get, it's selfish because I personally don't want to get personally invested on an animal like that. Can you send me a Trimec? I don't know if I can send them to Hawaii. I know there's certain things that can get into Hawaii or not, but you know, I think that's kind of like the chicken shit side of me that doesn't want to get into cichlids either, because everybody that I know that has kept cichlids, that's inedible that at one point that you're going to lose them. Yeah, I see they're her pets. I knew that. And I don't think I've ever heard her say it, but when she talks about them, it's like if I was talking about, it's no different than her talking about her Oscars like she talks about her cats. Um, oh, you can send it to me. No, thank you. I don't have. I have. I have the tanks, but I have my angelfish in there, and I kind of really like my angelfish. But mhm. Yeah, and I think that's the one thing is that the bigger fish really do have personality, and I can understand the appreciation from. But anyways, that's going on a whole different tangent and a whole different subject. Um, but I figured I live, I guess, vicariously to watching him do that. That it allows me to enjoy that aspect of the hobby with, I guess now it really is the chicken shit investment, the personal emotional investment in it. But that doesn't mean I can't appreciate how beautiful they are. And to me, the one that captivated me was this fish right here. Um, I'm sorry, I know it's a hybrid of something, and Funk is super knowledgeable. He was telling me, yeah, that's a fader, this and that. I was like, dude, you lost me, man. I don't know, but he sounded super excited, which hearing him excited me. And then I look at these fish, and yes, they're just amazing. The only problem that I see with these guys is that as beautiful as they are, they can be very, very aggressive, just as aggressive as they are beautiful. But I know there's a lot of people in the community that really appreciate these big, beautiful fish. So I figured if that's what you're into, this is probably a channel you might want to go check out. I'm interested in, as a matter of fact, this channel has inspired a topic that Funk and I want to talk about, and that's coming down the pipe. We haven't set a date yet because he's waiting on me, and I'm trying to work with my schedule. I thought this week, this is how totally out of tune I've been, but I thought this week was Christmas, but it's not until the following. So we might do something either Thursday or Friday. I still got to get with Funk and find out, but we want to talk about this topic in particular. But anyways, the next one, the next three that I want to talk about, and I'm keeping it down to 5 because I think that kind of gives me a limit, and I'm trying to develop a format of how to go about doing this so that I don't get too long, and you guys can go check out these channels. The next one is Constantine. He recently started popping up in our chats, and I don't know if it was a result of me checking out his channel or how he found the community. But Constantine, what immediately what drew me in is you look at this and you think it's like a younger kid or something that likes to draw and stuff like that. So I was kind of like intrigued at the beginning, and I'm not saying that he's childish by no means. So one of the things that I normally do is I'll come in and I'll look, and then immediately I like to go to the more. And this is what really made me curious about this channel. And I started reading it. A lot of people, I included, don't really know how to use or don't properly use the about page to kind of explain to people what it is that you do. But this one was interesting because I saw that what the channel, I guess at one point was trying to be was a mobile gamer and video creator. But then immediately under that it said he has Romanian dark comedy, and I said, oh, okay, interesting. And then you start reading into it, and it seems like you're looking into a gamer's channel. But then you start reading a little bit more bilingual. That always intrigues me because I myself am bilingual. And I start reading it, and I see US, UR, RO, and TR, and I'm going, okay, I know what US is, but is UR Russia, and then Romania, and I think it's Turkey. And I said, oh, okay. So I started kind of looking into his channel and stuff like that, and let's see how long. Let's see if it says how long he's been on YouTube, because a lot of the times you can find that information here at the bottom. So he's had the channel since 2019, which doesn't necessarily mean that's when he started posting content. It just means when that channel was created. And then I look on there, and sometimes it'll tell you demographically where they're from. I mean, geographically. And so, he happens to be in the United States. So that kind of made me a little bit more curious. And I think his very first video that I watched was this one right here. The you won't believe the 96 days progress. And Constantine is really cool and interesting because he's kind of going about, sharing what he's doing with this hobby. I mean, and I don't think he has any other videos that are much older than, 5 months ago. So either he went and kind of scrubbed all the other gamer stuff that he was doing and decided to change courses. It seems to me like this is a relatively new hobby for him in a way that he's discovering, and he's going about trying different things. And I don't think necessarily so much the fish keeping side of it, but it seems like he's trying to experiment with aquascaping. So this is, if I had to classify it as something, I guess it would be like an aquascape channel. And he goes about showing you he goes about showing what his process is, how he's going about doing that. And again, it's just I kind of like that. I'm inquisitive by nature. Oh, Funk is here. And so it's just I don't know. I tend to work really late nights where there's really not much to do, and being on and watching some of this content, really, I can really appreciate it because it makes time go by much quicker. And plus, I personally like to also tinker with my tanks, so I get either inspiration or ideas. Hey, Sam, thanks for coming in. Let's see, there's a couple of people that have started since we got going. The Aqua Escapes, CC, thank you for being here. Funk, thanks for joining us. Oh, only Oscars June, thank you for being here. Raphael, I'm glad you're here. I'm gonna kind of put you in the spot a little bit. But anyways, it looks like Jose from the Joy of Fish Keeping, thank you for coming in. David from Else Fish Tanks, Stan Pittman, thank you for joining us this afternoon. And I think I'm caught up. If I missed somebody, I'm sorry. But thank you for being here. Jeff Kane, thank you for coming in. Okay, the next one is Animal Instinct. Now, these last two are actually people that we're very familiar with them being participants in a lot of our live streams and stuff like that. And Raphael, I guess when initially I got to know Raphael was in the late night circles. When I was being late at work and just kind of watching live streams. Oh, I don't even know how to spell. I'm not gonna find it there. And it's 205. Let's see, Raphael. Let's go to his channel. And I got to talk to Raphael. I know that he liked keeping some of the bigger cichlids and stuff like that, and we've gone back and forth in live streams and stuff like that. And I know he pops in, but I think more recently he's been doing a lot more videos. And correct me if I'm wrong, Raphael, but you initially weren't posting a lot of content, right? It's just or have you? Let me see. What does your channel tell me? Let's go to your videos. But I know I was talking to Raphael for a lot longer before I realized that he was doing a lot of videos. Yeah, he's been on for a while, and he's consistently been putting out videos for 2 3 years, 2 2 years it looks like. And but he's into the cichlids. I know we've talked about that. He's got some planet tanks. Uh, so if you guys get an opportunity, I know you guys have seen him there. He's constantly supporting a lot of us and live streams and stuff like that. Maybe it's one of those things where you didn't realize you weren't sub. Go give him a sub and check out his channel, and and do that. Let's see. So I know he's in here. Oh, Talisa, thank you for joining us. And so yeah, make sure. I know Raphael has been a big supporter of not only my channel, but I see him. He's like a regular. He's one of those people that I know if I go into a live stream, I'm gonna find him. I'm gonna find June. I'm gonna find Mark. There's like a group of friends that we always kind of come together, and we're more than likely gonna run into each other. It's kind of funny because it becomes like this little circuit. I always remember June because she was part of that late night crew. Back when Hippie John was doing live streams with Brandon from Bwiz, so Bwizzle. So they were, it would be 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I think Gina was also, part of that group, and Brendan from Misfit Aquatics. It was just like Bunny Viper. It was just like a group of 15 of us that would always be together, just staying up late at night, and you just kind of hanging out. So that was kind of where I kind of got to know also Animal Instinct. And if I'm not mistaken, Raphael, I think our interactions really started with Mike Love's life in his live streams, and we just it became one of those. When you start going to people's live streams, you start recognizing some of the names in the chats. Again, that's been one of the greatest things that has happened to me personally, is going to these live streams, and because you consistently see a lot of the same people, you start building a rapport with them, and you start interacting, and then it just kind of becomes one of those things where if you don't notice somebody for a while, you really start asking, hey, have you seen so and so? That's what's really cool about the community, is that we kind of look out for each other, and I think that is very important, that we kind of look out to see how people are doing and stuff like that. So that's been one of the upsides of being involved with the community and participating in some of the live streams. It's just a different dynamic, which is one of the reasons why I think I want to continue to do this, because this could easily be a video. Being honest, I hate editing, and that's why I'm not really doing it. But I also get the understanding that a lot of people like to kind of interact with each other in the chats, and I think this kind of merges both of those two things. It allows me to be lazy and not have to edit and do this, but it also allows me to bring you guys together and talk to each other, and also get suggestions from you guys. And yes, I appreciate June dropping Talisa's link on here. Again, you guys all have wrenches. Wait, I'm just noticing that Talisa doesn't have a moderator, and I think it's slow. I'm waiting for it to give me a second. There it is. Let's take care of that. Now, I know I sound like a broken record, but you guys all have wrenches for the same reason that Father Fish gives everybody a wrench. It just makes it easier for you guys to kind of follow each other, check out each other's channel. Anyone that you guys feel that is worth giving them a look or a like, I have no problems, especially on this stream. It's called The Plug for a reason. If you want to plug your own channel, if you want to plug somebody else's channel, if you uh, just enjoy putting people's links in there, feel free to do it. This is the place to do that. This is the place where I want to build community. I want to bring attention to everybody that is creating content. And even if you're not creating content yet, but are thinking about creating content, drop your link. Drop your link. And we'll go out there and check it out and make sure that we're sub for if you do decide in the future to do something like that. Because I know Jody P just recently dropped a video. For those of you that are not aware, make sure you guys go check it out. Jody P is a person that I started seeing recently in a lot of the streams. So it's nice if she's doing content, go give it a look. And I believe in growing together. I think if we support each other, it benefits all of us. So let me take a sip. So the last one I wanted to talk about is J-Rock does stuff. Let me see. Again, J-Rock is one of those guys that I've started seeing in a lot of the live streams. I got a confession to make with J-Rock, and I gotta ask for an apology because I was confusing his channel with the Texas Fish Room, because I know he changed his name and it was very similar. He was very similar to in name to this, but his and it sounded like it was kind of the same kind of channel that they had together. So for the longest time, I really thought J-Rock's channel was I think it's Jeff. Jeff does something that that he changed his channel name to because he started getting more into machining and making signs and stuff like that. But either way, it was kind of funny. And then it just kind of dawned on me because he made a comment. Oh, I started watching. I went to go see his channel and I saw a lot of the stuff was about trains. So when I came across J-Rock's channel, it was so interesting because a lot of the stuff that I was seeing from his videos were kind of some, he was talking about, oh wait, what happened there? So I want to go here. Yeah, I guess there's a whole other hobby where people go out and they have like scanners and schedules and they'll go film trains passing by. And I thought that was pretty interesting. And it really it was kind of cool because at that time, my grandkids were really into trains. They were all about trains. And so it was nice to have a channel where I could just have it running on the TV and they got to see all these trains driving by. So I guess it's one of those things where a lot of kids enjoy. There's something fascinating about the machinery, about trains. And, but I guess some of us just kind of retain that. It must be like a childhood memory. One of the reasons why I want to have J-Rock on as a guest is because I want to talk about this. I'm very curious what it is about the trains and I want to know about that. So that's one of the things. But then eventually, as he was hanging out with us, he started posting more stuff about the fish hobby. So his last few videos, probably say the last 4 months, have been. Sorry, I got a message. Oh shoot. Okay, I'll go deal with that in a bit. Have been about hobby related stuff. He's been doing some product reviews. He's been sharing some of the stuff that he's been doing in his fish room, and things like that. He's one of the things that I do appreciate about his videos is that he really does he works on doing good editing. He does a lot of these transitions and stuff like that. It kind of it's one of those channels where they focus on having the skill that I don't have, and that ability make sure that they have the right um, frame in what they're doing and stuff like that. So that to me was one of the things that I really noticed about his channel that I thought was really cool. Again, it's just kind of sharing some of the things that are going on in your fish room and stuff like that. But also because he's part of the community, he's a big supporter of the community. Just show a little bit of support and go check him out. And if it's something that you find interesting, make sure you guys give him a like. But those are the five that I wanted to talk about today. There's plenty more. Look, I kid you not. This is what I do when I'm sitting at my desk and I'm just writing all of these down. And there's so many. All these people I would eventually like to have conversations with them, but it's just a slower process if I do that. I am so interested in getting them out there, making sure people know that they're out there making content, and so that if it's something that you're interested, you can support them. That's one of the major reasons why I try to make it so easy for all of us to be able to go check out each other's channels, and by allowing you to be a moderator. So far, it hasn't backfired on me. I haven't had any issues with people misusing that ability or that privilege, I guess, if you want to call it. It's and I don't expect that to be an issue. But the idea is to be able to grow, I guess. I one of the things that frustrates me is that I'll go to a live stream and I see a new channel come up, and I can't get access to them. And this is why I was talking about it in the last episode of this. Sometimes you try to find them under the name that pops up in the chat, but their YouTube handle is a different name, and it makes it very difficult, especially if it's like a very common name. I think even Fathom Aquatics had alluded to the fact that he was looking for Cece's channel, which is the Aqua Escape. And because it's a very similar name and a very popular sequence of name, words, it made it very difficult. And when you're a smaller channel, they bury you all the way at the bottom. So by me allowing you to have a wrench, it makes it a lot easier, because now you can go directly to the person's channel by clicking on their name. It'll take you to their channel, and then you'll have access to that. Because I don't know how many. Yeah, I know I'm talking about you, CZ. I don't know how many times I've tried looking for the person's, the name that appears on there, and I can't find them. And I'll spend hours trying to dig out where they're at, and I just can't find them, or there's too many channels that have the same name. And it's even worse when they don't have an avatar or a little icon on the circle. I know CC stands out pretty good, so you can go through a lot of channels with similar names and just quickly scan through them because they don't have that what do you call it? Is it avatar, icon? I think it's an icon on there. So I guess that's another thing for people that are thinking about starting up a channel, is the easier you make it. I'm always a believer, because it's so small, the less busy it is, the easier it is to stand out. The busier it is, the harder it gets to distinguish what's on there. I forgot who was talking about this. Oh, Kyle from Inside Out. That on Mandy's, he never realized that it was like a octopus kind of, or a lady with a bunch of arms. He'd never had, until he was able to blow it up at a bigger image and saw that that's what the icon, or icon was. And so that's pretty much it. I don't really have a whole lot, and I think also Price Tag's going to be going live pretty soon. He's going to have Brandon on, and so if you guys want to go over there, I definitely don't want to step over there, whatever there is they're doing. I'll be over there. Make sure you guys go check them out. And for those of you that really haven't had an opportunity to meet Branton. Make sure you go over there and hear a little bit about him. So thank you guys. And as soon as I can set another one, I like to give it at least 3 days. I'll come back and talk about the next five, which are going to be a little bit different because they're a little bit bigger channels, a little bit more um what do I want to say? Like not pros, but they experience, I guess. So with that being said, thank you guys. I hope you guys are liking this. Please leave me a comment if you want me to continue to do this series and it's something you guys enjoy. And I'll be more than happy because I really enjoy doing this. And I'm rambling. So bye.